I've already gone to all these businesses even before Taryn was found, trying to dig up what the heck is going on. And the interesting part is the news, all these real news stories that are still on. What's interesting is that they still say the oddest thing. No, every news story is like, we just can't figure it out, basically, from when she went missing. I think the crazy part about it is, as soon as it was Susan and Stevie that called me about the case, and then as soon as I watched the news, I think the thing that was most mind-boggling is that they're saying that an 8-year-old went missing and that she's probably with her missing brother and sister on Airport Road. What do you mean missing? And even Susan called me. She goes, let's talk about this for a minute. The brother goes missing, the sister goes missing, the 8-year-old is missing, and they're with the brother and sister on Airport Road. That makes no sense whatsoever. And then when I'm watching the news, they're saying the same thing. Nothing is making any sense whatsoever. Yeah. I'm going to be as tough as I can, be as strong as I possibly can. Thank you for letting me talk out loud. It's relaxing me. Deep breath here. Ultimately, my goal is to hit the key government entities here, and I'll ask them if I can film, and if they say no, that's okay. My other thought is that then they can go in on ReddRox Film's website, if they want to have the email address, they can write it down. I mean, I want to just make it so that they really want to reach me, they're going to reach me. There's no way they're not going to reach. And if they say, I have information, can I email it to you? Or something like that. But I think then the next thing I can do is put out to the businesses that we're looking for anyone that has anything to say, versus waiting for a town meeting. I can see that there's going to be the need, in my opinion, for a town meeting, but I don't believe that I'm going to have to be the one to do this town meeting. I think that this is going to rattle enough pages, and I think they're going to conjoin together on a town meeting. And what I really want to talk about, that's most important, is the mandatory alert for missing children. I think that's the most important. Is thinking, just dreaming it throughout the night, that is what is the key thing, is that Mayor Petrie did see it all the way to the end, and there was pushback. They didn't want. I remember Mayor Petrie calling me and saying, Lisa, don't show up, because they've said that if you're involved, they're not going to make this happen. But what was interesting about it is when Mayor Petrie and Police Chief Kunka, when we were all together and we were talking about reaching Sheriff Wonder, I mean, that was the one thing that was obvious with Mayor, and that there's definitely pushback, is that he said, he's not going to answer my call, he's not going to answer Kunka's call, you're the one that's going to have to reach him to initiate this mandatory alert and get the support from the county. that was odd. But I want to say on record that Sheriff Wonder always communicated with me, and even to today, he's always very honest. I told him that I was going to have a town meeting, called me back. He made it really clear that he's not going to come to the town meeting. And I told him that I'm moving forward, what I did with the comic book, be getting a press release, and that my ultimate goal is to make sure that if I don't do the documentary about Taryn Summers, someone's going to do a documentary about Taryn Summers, because the case is just as twisted as Lori Vallow. I think there needs to be a documentary. I mean, I know in the state from all the cases of missing children, and the thing about it is there's a number of children that are still missing that never got any attention. And that's the part that I want to be able to do, is to ignite just the citizens of Idaho to really look and see all the kids that are missing and never give up. And then the ones that go missing immediately, it's not that there's that many in the state. At least every county should know ongoingly what kids are missing. But on average, there's in Idaho, from the years that I was checking the website, the Idaho State Police website does not have, from the last time I was on it, does not have access of the Idaho missing children, or was still under construction. I was so discouraged that I saw it still under construction, that it wasn't in the same format that it was for the years that I was working on it. But you could go ahead and pull up Idaho missing children, and they had it categorized as persons and juveniles, and then they had a category that was unbeknownst to me called endangered, and that's where I found Joshua entirely was in endangered, and then that's where Dior Koontz was. So when I started looking for the Idaho missing children, I didn't know Dior Koontz was missing. I didn't know about Joshua entirely being under the age of 18. And even when I was looking at the endangered, so when the kids are listed in endangered in the Idaho State Police website, they're not listed then in juvenile. So if you don't go into endangered, you didn't see those children that were juveniles. That was just the oddest thing to me, and that's why I started printing all those pages. Then I got with Susan, because once I figured out that Joshua and Tylee were related, none of my friends had even heard of it. I hadn't seen it on the news.